What were the most pointless battles of the First World War? In a conflict that had long stretches of land covered in trenches and barbed wire, it's unsurprising to know that many battles were long, deadly, and hard fought, often resulting in little to no gain for the victor, even if there was one. The most infamous was probably the 1917 Battle of Passchendaele. As the war remained in a stalemate along the Western Front, commander of the British armies in Europe, Douglas Haig, decided to go on the offensive and seize the high ground to the south and east of the Belgian town of Ypres, a stronghold for the German forces in the region. On July 31st, the battle officially began, with hundreds of thousands of British and German troops attacking and counterattacking over the next several weeks, bombarding and turning the terrain into a hellish swamp littered with disease-filled bodies without much gain. By August and September, Haig believed he could make substantial gains, despite 70,000 British soldiers having been killed or wounded. By November, Canadian troops advanced to occupy the town of Passchendaele just northeast of Ypres and secured the remaining high ground surrounding the town, with Haig finally stopping the advances. In total, the British had suffered 275,000 casualties and advanced about 8 kilometers, while the Germans had lost 220,000. The Battle of the Somme wasn't much better. In 1916, the situation was similar, with the West in a stalemate. The Allies wanted to break it, and in July, British forces began attacking north of the Somme, while the French struck from the south, the British taking over 57,000 casualties on the first day. From July 14th to September 9th, the two armies pushed forward, and although they captured some villages like Pozières and Guillemont, they took heavy casualties. From September 15th onwards, the armies did see some support, with the British bringing tanks onto the battlefield for the first time, but still continued with their small gains and high casualties. By November, Allied offensives halted after pushing the front line forward about 9.7 kilometers, killing about 450,000 Germans, while losing over 600,000 Allied troops. Despite claims of victory from the Allies, later British politicians like Winston Churchill criticized the army's decisions and effectiveness. It should be noted, however, that at the start of the battle, most of the British army was composed of inexperienced volunteers, and those who survived obtained great military experience. Some also argue that the battle was key in the British strategy of fighting a war of attrition, exhausting the German army, which may have contributed to its eventual collapse in 1918. Overall, the Battles of Passchendaele and the Somme are just two examples that demonstrate the absurdity of World War I, where battles were fought for months, killing hundreds of thousands of men for single-digit gains on the front lines. Trench warfare was a brutal and traumatizing experience, where young men were sent to an early grave not only due to the stupidity and ego of their commanders, but also from the outdated battle tactics, new technologies, and sheer scale of the First World War.